I don't believe it. I like really don't fucking believe it. Like, I just give a couple of you a little bit of a chance to just come on, because obviously most coaches, when they're going to be online coaching, tell people exactly what time they're going to be coming on, when they're going to be live, and you usually know that if you want to watch somebody that's broadcasting any information, then they'll come in and they'll say, right, so take a lot of the coaches, for instance, they'll say that they'll broadcast for an hour, say on a Saturday. So obviously you don't have that, so I'll just give a couple of people time to get in, because this is, for me, quite important, and I want to see who's around me, who are the people that are immediately in front of me, be it that I'm in this life here off of the phone and this life in here. And I want to reveal everybody around me right now, because the energy around me, and I've just realized something, that yet again I'm trying to process, and at this particular point on this very same day, and I mean it, on the 5th of December, the very same day, it was the very same day that I was a mother in a flat with 3 of my children, and Daniel was obviously his dad's, and I was trying to sort out foundational paperwork, and I was getting flustered and annoyed and quite aggravated about it. Just basic bog standard things, all of the things that are quite obligatory. Can I just say a massive big thanks to Gino right now? I've taken the Gino, I keep this as a spare in my freezer, just in case anybody sort of turns up, like Dean or Josie or anyone. So if anyone ever turns up, I always have just one spare pizza that sits in there for a damn emergency, just in case I've got to pull a pizza out. So today I've had to use it. Now the challenge that I'm going to have is my boys probably won't eat it. And it doesn't matter if I put this pizza out, and I'll show you in a minute that in a minute when I serve this to my boys, they probably won't eat it. Elijah will only specifically eat, and you can't get it from Tesco's, you have to get it from Asda, and it's the little ones, and you can't have the ham on it, it's just got to be the ham and the cheese and the tomato. So anyway, it's so fucking difficult when your life is not in order, and it really is. And I'm talking things like the base where you live, how you process and get up into terms of your daily routine, how your home functions, whether you've got your CV in place, whether you've got your business plan in place, whether your bank accounts are in place, passport, driving license, whether you drive a car, whether you drive a motorbike, whether you drive an aeroplane, whether you drive a lorry, whether you drive all of these sort of different things that are different transportations that every single one of us is capable of having a license for. All these things in order. And it was this very, 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 very same day that I was sitting in my flat, and I had boxes around me, no different than what I have got now. So obviously I've been away, I've got bags here, I've still got a couple of little bits in the car, and I had the very same problem that I was having back at Save the Family, where I had to go out of my front door. So it would have been like going out of my front door here. Now, it would have been like coming onto a landing here. And if anybody's been with me ever since, you would have known that if I say screenshot to that garage, that would have been where the washing machine was. And if I said that, I would have had to have gone down the stairs, out and around. My car was parked out the back. Now, when I turned up at Save the Family, I turned up in an Audi, right? It was an Avis rental car, director of Step Up Britain, all into the processes of all the things that keep your paperwork in order, right? Now, I was having a very similar day as I'm having right now, focusing on Christmas. What are you doing? What are the plans? And trying to just get on with what the expectation is, not even just an expectation, but your standards, yeah? So a lot of us, I'm sure if any of us actually think about Christmas, I wonder if any of us have ever had the most ideal, perfect, magical, wonderful Christmas. I'm a woman who lives in Christmas movies, for God's sake, because I've spent so much time at Christmas alone with either my boys going up to their dads, so I'm talking about Liam and Daniel here. So literally between me and Graham, we lived 2 roads away from each other, and both of the boys had stability in the fact that they went to the same school. And it was either a case of they left school and they went to mum's, and it was the same walk. So literally my boys had all of the same surroundings, all of the same company. Their friends were exactly the same. Both of the boys grew up from literally primary, infants, and straight into high school, yeah? Now, high school was slightly different because then I created a confusion because I moved. Yeah. So instead of my boys coming out of school, coming out the same, grabbing their bags, going out the same routine, bump, walking down the same road, and then it was either a case of go to the shop, pick up some bits, and at that particular point, they had to make two choices. That way to go to mum and carry on to go to dad. Yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Daniel still has his life existing, that if you carry on past dad's and carry on down, Paul's farm is right at the bottom, and that is his entire life with his partner and everything in the life that he's got now, yeah? Then I moved, okay? Now, the only reason that I moved is because my tenancy got put at distribute on the fact that my neighbours were calling the police because Stephen was violent to me. On the very, very first occasion, as you know, I had to grab me, my two boys, and my dog and literally bolt it out of the door because he was going absolutely booloo with a knife. Not a nice situation to be in, I can tell you that. But it lost me my tenancy, okay? And obviously, I was secure. I got myself into a property, and it was done with the help of my church. And I will, one day, there is one woman that I owe so much to, and I hope to God, when my life is completely back in fucking some form of normality order, and my life is together in the way that I deserve it to be, and this is the thing, I deserve it to be, it's all down to paperwork. It's paperwork. And people go, no. Dean tries to tell me, da-da-da-da-da-da. And I said, I've just had to cut off from Dean, and it's really sad to actually do this because I'm so nervous about Christmas. I can't make plans. And I've said to Dean, you're not understanding it, mate. I could literally sell my car, get a van, pack this entire house up, keep my tenancy secure at this particular point, move everything into Dean's house, which is a beautiful home. He's got a lovely, beautiful home for us. A nice, I mean, it's a townhouse. It's not a house, and it's certainly not permanent because it's not one we've brought. It's a private tenancy. Now, for me to try to get a private tenancy right now, my credit score is fucked, yeah? My credit score is fucked, right? It was fucked by Stephen and his sister when they went to my bank account, withdrew out my money and fucked me over and caused me to fall. And it was the church that helped pick me up, okay? And they helped me with the deposit and the security, and I got a tenancy, okay? When someone buys their own home, and I have done, I have been married and owned my own home. Now, the difficulty was I didn't own it in the end with him because he had defaults in his name, and I said, well, I can't get a mortgage, so I'll put them in my name and you get the mortgage, okay? Now, most people don't understand, and what I will say today is important. Today is the day that I went over, not today as in now, but the 5th of December. This is leading up to the 13th of December to Aaron and Faith being taken, yeah? Never give up your own flat. I tell you what, right? I always wondered why women never moved in with fellas, right? And even my mum, I give my mum my dues, right? My mum said something that was so fucking damn powerful to me just before things went rocky between us again. And she said she couldn't live with somebody again because it would affect her schedule. It would affect her routine, and she couldn't have that changed ever again. And that's what I struggle with. So take Kellie Cotton, me, not Kellie Cotton, because Kellie Cotton is my married name from my second marriage. I am actually, I don't know what the fuck I am. Kellie, that's it. Kellie, because my dad is Avis, but as I told you, my granddad was given the name Avis, which is actually his mum's name, because his dad was Sir Lord Pierce's son, I think my auntie has said. So we don't know whether it was the great-granddad or the son. We're still not sure.
Is this finished?
No. What, the pizza or the telly? Nearly. 5 more minutes.
What's my cheese pizza?
It's not the little cheese, see? Explain the cheese pizza to me. Go on.
Little cheese pizza.
Right. Okay, so explain this cheese pizza. What's so different about these pizzas? Why do you struggle? No, don't run off. Talk to me about it, because people don't understand this. And then they think I starve my child and don't feed my child. Not happy. Wrong pizza.
I'm hungry.
Now listen to a child saying he's hungry. There's a pizza in the oven, but they're now not happy because it's not the pizza from over at Asda. And Asda is obviously closed at the moment. Now, do you want to listen to a child saying, Mummy does feed them. So should Mama sit down and eat the pizza and the children not have a pizza? Mama have food. Anyway, I've got to go. This is really important, but you'll all be calling me a murderer if all of a sudden one of my kids bangs their head up against the wall or we have some EDS problems and then I'll be the one all over the papers being slated.